Hi my friends, welcome to the channel English Professionally, and we continue our playlist English Grammar from Zero, Lesson 25. Okay, really it's a very important playlist. And so let's talk about present simple to be negative form. I think you remember how we form it. So we say I'm not, we, you, they aren't, and he, she, it isn't. The problem is that we often meet other things, not I, not we, not you, but different phrases or expressions. For example, look at this sentence. The man isn't rich. The man means he, so we say he isn't rich. You need to understand what pronoun it means. He or she, we, you, they, or maybe it, and then you need to choose actually the right form, so of the verb to be. Look, the woman isn't a manager. Why isn't? The woman means she. We say she isn't, so the woman isn't a manager. My result isn't so bad. My result means it. So we say it isn't so bad, my result isn't so bad. Our results aren't brilliant, our results, they. This information isn't so important. It. His flat isn't small. It. These ideas aren't new. They. Their ideas aren't so innovative. They. This thing isn't popular now. It. These things aren't popular now. They. This knowledge isn't basic. It. His life isn't easy. It. Her life isn't very difficult. It. These lessons aren't useless. They are very useful. My partner isn't afraid of difficulties. My partner, he or she, so we say afraid of. Please remember this preposition, afraid of. The car isn't new, so it's old. His lifestyle isn't healthy. It, so lifestyle or style of life. Her way of life isn't healthy. Her way of life, yes, it. His sister isn't pregnant. She. This job isn't well paid. It. This place isn't dangerous. It. My friends aren't in Moscow. They. Your money isn't enough. It. So it's singular. Money is singular in English. It means one. Yeah. So this money isn't enough. It. That money isn't enough. It. Our computer isn't powerful. It. His partners aren't reliable. They. Her boyfriend isn't a businessman. He. Their plan isn't so bad. It. This channel isn't so bad. It. That channel isn't popular. It. These videos aren't so funny. They. Those videos aren't good enough. They. This story isn't long. It. That book isn't short. It. These things aren't so important. They. Those people aren't right. They. Okay, and so we have more different examples for you, so you can listen and repeat. Okay? So those problems aren't big. It isn't an old building. The book isn't cheap. The result isn't good enough. My problems aren't big. This thing isn't popular now. The tests in this book aren't easy. My boss isn't at work. His progress isn't big. His lifestyle isn't healthy. My friends aren't in Moscow. The results aren't good enough. These things aren't good enough. Your progress isn't good enough. These ideas aren't new. That problem isn't big. This story isn't long. This job isn't well paid. These videos aren't so funny. My parents aren't in the park. Those videos aren't good enough. Tests aren't so easy for me. It means tests in general. So if you are talking about some specific tests, you can say the tests aren't so easy for me. Okay? His money isn't enough. The books aren't expensive. These things aren't so important. Your boyfriend isn't there. That book isn't short. Their plan isn't so bad. The man isn't rich. It isn't in America. It's in China. Our computer isn't powerful. That money isn't enough. The books aren't cheap. My bag isn't in my room. This information isn't enough. The exercises aren't difficult. My result isn't so bad. This thing isn't serious. These problems aren't big. Their problems aren't small. The lesson isn't boring. This knowledge isn't basic. English isn't easy. That channel isn't so popular. My partner isn't afraid of difficulties. The book isn't expensive. This channel isn't so bad. The test isn't easy. His sister isn't pregnant. Those people aren't right. Your life isn't very difficult. This product isn't new. These exams aren't easy. His life isn't easy. Your way of life isn't healthy. This problem isn't big. This place isn't dangerous. These things aren't popular now. The car isn't new. It's old. His girlfriend isn't here. This method isn't good enough. His flat isn't small. All this money isn't enough. His partners aren't reliable. The woman isn't a manager. This exercise isn't difficult. These exercises aren't difficult. The exercise isn't difficult. His friend isn't reliable enough. This money isn't enough. These lessons aren't useless. They are very useful. Your lessons, we need to say your lessons because aren't Your lessons aren't boring at all. Their results aren't brilliant. Their ideas aren't so innovative. His English isn't fluent. Your boyfriend isn't a businessman. These words aren't important. This phrase isn't important. Okay, so it's a very good practice. Okay, so we'll learn new grammar structures and you'll see new examples. Really, let's continue this playlist. Thank you. Thanks a lot for your support. Thank you.